What is that, Trent? Huh? Alright. We're here looking at JB's art today, man. What can you tell us about this stuff? Now that it gets loud all of a sudden.
I know, right? So my artwork's more about, it's definitely sculpture, made from metal car parts, generally all reclaimed metal. It's very much a mechanical interpretation of what I see. I guess I built the Transformer and the Iron Man more as showpieces and of interest to me, but also to push myself as an artist, to build something, you know, a bit more complex and to show my skill in fabrication. Cars are what I'm passionate about and what's bringing me to this show. So I mainly do commission pieces based off photographs. So people give me a photograph of their car or what they want commissioned, and I will build it. This is more of a display to show the different sizes and what I can do, different detail levels, different paint finishes that I offer. But these are actually they're sculptures, and they're all done by eye. So they're not like scaled replicas or anything like that. They're just, I guess, yeah, sculptures, mechanical sculptures, and my interpretation of that car from an art point of view. Yeah, so I use pretty much just a hammer and grinder are the only tools that I really use. So I do it in sections, hand form, just cold beating it, and then weld between the panels, and then polish out the welds. So
how about your paint? Are you guys doing? You do the paint yourself?
I do the paint as well.
Yeah.
So there's no base colour on there. I'm using the metal as the base, but it's essentially got a candy apple red sprayed straight over the raw metal.
Right.
To give that, so you can still, it's transparent enough so you can still see the metal finish through that. You can still see all the grind marks.
Yeah, I think that gives it some character, I believe.
But some cars require the colour on there, which is why I started doing it. For example, these Golf cars. The only thing that makes a Golf GT40 or Porsche Golf vehicle is the colours.
Yeah.
So it was pretty important to try and replicate that.
I see a lot of ball bearings. I see a lot of spark plug. I see some pipes, mess like that. What other kind of stuff do you use when you're putting these things together?
So yeah, a lot of mechanical components, diesel injection parts, engine parts from
I see pistons and everything.
Piston, conrods, camshafts, a lot of little injector parts for these scaled models, spark plugs. But whatever parts I don't have, for example this part here, like I had to hand machine these on the lathe, so I'm using the lathe to get some of these details. For example, machining all these little steps and that to get a bit more detail into it. So I'm not trying to detract away from it, it's still very much a bearing, and the reason I use these is so it's not perceived as supposed to be a replica, like
you're not building a Harley, you're building a motorcycle.
I'm building a sculpture.
And something like this is a Porsche, right? This is like a 917. So like with a 917 Porsche, how many hours of labor would you have something like
For
this?
this guy's about 90 hours in this piece. So yeah, like everything, they're also quite heavy. So yeah, I have to build all the body first. I start with the wheels, get the proportions right first, then block out the body. But it's all a process too. I have to build all the interior internally before I put the roof on. Then once the back's built, I have to then cut it off to then build all the engine.
Right.
But yeah, it's a very time-consuming process, and unfortunately there's no shortcuts, no easy way of doing it. This is a Lamborghini Aventador Transformer. So I took my favourite car and made it into a Transformer.
Gotcha.
So you can sort of make out the car here. I just want to push myself as an artist. It's not a transform from the movie by any means. It's just my interpretation of one. But I guess it's just, I wanted to push myself as an artist and also have a feature piece for an exhibition I did back in Australia. But this is, I guess it really ties into what I do. It's mechanical art.
This was obviously more than 90 hours. How much time would you say you had involved in this, man?
There's close to 500 hours.
500 hours. Now, I'm assuming when you get a contract or get a job to do something, you'll start on it, work on it for a while, then you put it down, you go grab another one. Is this one of those that you've been working on for several years, or what?
No. This is built over a 3-month period.
Over a 3-month period.
I did some serious hours in this. I had an exhibition and I wanted a feature piece, so I built this for myself. This is my personal piece, and it was more to push myself as an artist. And I knew the car I wanted to build, so I sculpted the car the same way as I do my other vehicles. So I built a Lamborghini Aventador and then chopped it up.
Started cutting it apart, right?
Cutting apart. So I started from the ground, worked my way up. So I built the feet first to get the stance and the proportions right, and then I blocked it out, built a basic skeleton first. So just focusing on the on
joints,
the breakup,
right? Yeah.
And the proportions of the body, and then from there, just adding components to thicken it up and giving it that tension, and I guess that sense that it's flexing, ready for battle type of thing. So that was the hard part, is trying to make it look, even though it's a stationary piece, trying
menacing
to get
and active.
I want to get emotion into it, and a form of like he's ready to pounce type thing. So, yeah.
Okay, so we saw Iron Man over here.
Yeah, we did.
What can you tell me about Iron Man?
So Iron Man is the opposite to my Transformer. Iron Man was more about the fabrication side of it. So similar amount of hours went into this, about 400. Every single piece was hand fabricated by myself, but it was literally. I chose Iron Man because of the iron factor in it. It's all built from iron, but every single piece on these is actually hand fabricated, as opposed to the mechanical components which are on the Transformer. I didn't make all those parts. There's some mechanical components that suited the piece. So these are little synchro gear out of a transmission, four-wheel drive gearbox probably. There's a little roller bearing, and this is a bearing race inside. These little injector parts, little Allen key bolts. It's pretty much whatever I can find that's going to represent what I'm trying to build.
Gotcha.
But whatever I don't have, I have to fabricate and make myself. This one is more to showcase, that fabrication point of view.
Gotcha. JB, tell me again where we can find you.
Well, I'm based in Los Angeles. That's where my studio is. I go to these type of shows to expose myself, but I have my work on my website, so jamieshena.com, and also have a Facebook page which shows the process of every sculpture that I do. So if you want to follow my work, you can see that. It's jamieshena.art. That transforms a profile picture. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just word of mouth, all my work so far.
Gotcha.
And that's why I've come to America, to expose myself as an artist and get my work out there and show people what I'm doing.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Jamie. Thank you much. Take care.
Enjoy.